want to speak about the some formation damage. As I said before, we have a three type of the formation damage. One type may be occur during the drilling. During the drilling, based on the type of the drilling, we have a drilling fluid inside the wellbore. And based on the disease, they have a hydrostatic pressure. We invade some material into the formation and create the invaded zone. This invaded zone, we must be mitigate and we must be solve the problem related to the invaded zone. Because in the invaded zone, based on the invasion of the fluid or invasion of the solid particle, we have a decrease in the permeability or maybe decrease in the porosity. So we must be do a stimulation job, like acidizing. With the acidizing, we must be remove the formation damage also for skin factor. We decrease the skin factor because during the drilling, based on the drilling fluid, based on compilation fluid, also based on the rotation the bit, because at the bottom of the wellbore we have a high temperature, also have a rotation. This rotation may be create some formation damage. The name is glazing and machine. We must be solve this problem by design the appropriate drilling fluid or maybe after the drilling during the production by design a stimulation job. We can remove any mechanical formation damage, or maybe we can easily remove the invaded zone by the perforation. We have invaded zone around the wellbore, or maybe use the acidizing for remove decrease the skin factor, or maybe pathway cross the invaded zone by the perforation. This is the discuss about the formation damage during the drilling, but also maybe based on the strength of the reservoir. Maybe this is the complete as the open hole compilation or the barefoot. Barefoot have some advantage, also disadvantage. This is very low cost because we have no need any cementing operation, casing operation. But we have no ability to use the zonal isolation device if we have a high water content based on the water coning or we have no deploy any zonal isolation technique. Because as I said, for the zonal isolation, we need a pathway like a slotted liner or like a pyridine liner, or also a liner. So this is a good, but we have a many disadvantages of open hole compilation. And it is common to use a cased hole compilation based on the strength of the reservoir. So at this rate, you see that use a cementing head. After run a casing, use a cement and inject a cement to keep the casing is the safe. But we have no pathway to start to produce. So we must use a neo job. The name is the perforation. The perforation is due to create a pathway from the wellbore to the reservoir. The length of the perforation is, in the many cases, less than 1 meter or half meter. It's around less than 1 meter. This is, as you've seen, at the end of the perforation, this is start to decrease the diameter. But in the real case, we have the sun bore at the outside of the casing. Sun bore. This is based on the schematic. We have a no bore. Also, the hole in the cement is more than the formation because of the material of the cement. We have a many different type of the perforation. At this shape, we use a wire line to create the perforation. The name is HSD. But in the many cases, maybe use a tubing. It's tubing to run a carrier gun. The name is TCP, means tubing conveyed perforation. As you see, we have a many jet perforation. And I have a question. What is the phasing based on the schematic of this ship? What is the phasing of the perforation?
90, 100.
180 degrees, because we have opposite side. So the phasing. Oh, how can determine the shot per foot, SPF? Suppose that this is 1 feet. This is the 1 feet of the carrier. Just easily number the number of the hole to create the shot per foot. Any question?